Hello guys, welcome back to another video on YBW Let's Play channel. For today I do something that I've not done before. It's quite a popular thing across the whole YouTube website at the moment. I'm going to do a tier list of Pokemon in Gen 1, both from a competitive point of view. I've not played much competitively in terms of like tournaments and stuff, but I played a shit ton of Pokemon Showdown, and I know the game well. I know the Gen pretty much inside out. I know most Pokemon stats. I'll also look at it from just how good it'd be to run the game vanilla perspective. Again, I've probably completed this game like over 100, 200 times maybe in my lifetime, so I've run most things, to be quite honest. So, looking at the categories, of course, we have God tier, as usual, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier with standard. I had an E and an F as well. So, on we go, guys. I'll be pretty quick, but I will give a brief outline on why each one is ranked where. Also, this tier list sprites have got mega evolutions and like Alolan versions, I think. I won't be putting them in. I'm just talking the first 151. I haven't really played the modern games, so I don't know what these are. For instance, that thing there's Fire Dragon, I think, which Charizard should be, so that'd be up there. But like, not all of them I know enough about them. So, first and foremost, of course, Bulbasaur, guys. I think this is pretty standard, easy enough. Bam, straight into C tier. I should say as well, guys, within each tier, if you move more towards the left, that means it's better within that tier. Support. First one in there, we leave Bulbasaur there. The reason why it's only C tier, it's actually good, because it's a pre-evolution. Most pre-evolutions will be in the lower tiers, for obvious reasons. But it has Growth, Sleep Powder, Razor Leaf, has an insane crit rate. Bulbasaur's pretty handy starter. It has Leech Seed as well. It's a really good moveset. Probably is the best full line of grass Pokemon, the Venusaur line. Bulbasaur is at C. Ivysaur, I don't think gets that much better. I'm going to put it in the C category as well. But of course, it will go left of Bulbasaur for sure. It'll be upper C tier this, whereas Bulbasaur probably end up around midway. Venusaur, though, it takes a big jump. We're going to put this in the A tier. It's not quite God tier. Poison Grass does have a lot of weaknesses. So it just about makes it into the A tier, to be quite honest. I'm going to be quite ruthless with these rankings. It'll be hard to get in the top tiers. But Venusaur, like Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, has that insane moveset. It also learns Solar Beam. Excuse me, mind you, they probably all learn Solar Beam. But the reason why it's so good is the grass Pokemon, its speed and its physical attack and defense are all pretty good, along with the naturally good special. Compared to most grass Pokemon that tend to be relatively slow, Venusaur is one of the better ones. So on to Charmander. Charmander, again, pretty standard, is C tier. I'm going to put it behind Bulbasaur though. It does learn Slash, Flamethrower, etc. It will end up with a good moveset. However, I just always found Bulbasaur's diversity better, where you can Toxic with Bulbasaur, etc. Charmander line is probably my favourite of the starter ones, like most people, but I think it deserves to be in C tier. Charmeleon, the exact same. Again, I'm just going to mark them like this. It's better than Bulbasaur, of course, but I don't think it does enough to make B tier. I don't think it jumps up too much. Charizard, again, I'm going to put an A tier, and again, guys, I'm going to put behind Venusaur. Really good Pokemon, of course, but its limitation is its flying type. It doesn't learn that good moves from it. You could argue the same from Venusaur in a natural learn set, but it can learn Toxic, Sludge. Charizard can learn Fly, and I think, but that takes 2 turns, and it's a shame. Wing Attack's really nerfed in Gen 1. I can't really learn Wing Attack. Aerial Ace isn't a thing yet. Pains me to do it, because I much prefer Charizard to Venusaur as an actual Pokemon overall, but I put it behind it in the tier list. On to Squirtle. Squirtle, again, I feel all I can do with the starter lines is put them in the C tier. I'm going to put it ahead of all 3 of the starters, though, because I think Squirtle is the only one that I've ever solo run the game with, and it was actually relatively easy. Obviously, it evolved it, but as an evolutionary line, it probably has the best moveset. You can learn Blizzard, Aurora Beam, Hyper Beam, and basically Water has better moves than Fire and Grass in Gen 1. You have Water Gun, Bubble, Bubble Beam, Surf, Hydro Pump. There's 5 moves straight away that can learn by a level up of its type. When it comes to fire, you can only really have Ember, Flamethrower, Fire Blast from Charmander, and Vine Whip, Razor Leaf, Solar Beam from Bulbasaur. So Squirtle gets ahead of that, but can't make better than C tier. Again, the exact same guys. You notice the pattern evolving early with these Pokemon. C tier for Wartortle, and the same logic pretty much for Blastoise. Again, it goes ahead of the others. I think it's better to run Gen 1. From a competitive standpoint, Venusaur is actually probably the best of the 3 when you're playing Gen 1 Randomizer or OU. But Blastoise, in terms of the game advantages, slightly outweighs it for me. In fact, boys, you know what? I don't think so. I'm going to move it back. Because, in fact, I'm going to move it last. Unlike Charmeleon, unlike Venusaur and Charizard, Venusaur learns Growth, which is so OP in this gen, because Special is 1 stat, Special Attack and Defense. And Charizard learns Sword Stance. I'd still say this tier should stay the same, because they won't have learned them yet. But, yeah, I'd have Blastoise last, but it does make A tier. It's still a very good Pokemon, really good all-round stats. Caterpie is Caterpie, guys. It's dog shit. It's going, bam, straight in the F tier. All it knows is a string shot tackle. It's just useless, man. Metapod. When you catch Metapod, it doesn't necessarily have tackle. You have to level up a Caterpie to have that. So I'm actually going to put it behind Caterpie in the tier list. Again, it's just F. It's pretty dog shit. Butterfree gets a lot better. It's still not good enough to get anywhere beyond the C tier. I will put it ahead of all of these Pokemon in terms of stats. It's probably better. The only reason it makes C tier full stop, to be quite honest, is it learns Confusion pretty early at level 11, so I've used it to get past Brock a lot. And from a competitive standpoint, it's pretty fast and no Sleep Powder. You know, it can learn Poison Powder, Stun Spore, Supersonic, just really mean movesets, but offensive actual moves, it's not great. I think it learns Gust, maybe a Wing Attack, Psybeam, doesn't actually learn a bug move at all. Bugs are really hard done by Gen 1. You'll see a lot of them low down at the tier list. So, yeah, it's pretty useless. Weedle is, again, F tier, but it's head and shoulders above Caterpie and Metapod. Because it can learn Poison Sting, an actual stab move. And later on, I don't know if it learns Tornado. I know Beedrill does. But it's better to use Poison Sting than Tackle, even though it deals less. They're both so weak that it take about 50 shots to kill something anyway, and you can always poison them. Kakuna, same logic as the Metapod. If you catch it straight off, it might not know Poison Sting, it might only know Harden. So it's actually worse than Weedle and Caterpie in that regard, I guess. Beedrill is no better than F tier, guys. It can learn, in fact, I'll give it D tier. Only because it can learn Sword Stance, and its attack's pretty good. Speed's okay, but its typing lets it down really, and the fact that Bug and Poison don't have the best moves. It's weak to a lot of stuff: Fire, Flying, Rock, Psychic. Bug's not super effective. Bug's super effective in Psychic. Sorry, it's the only type that is. But all you have Swaneedle, which is like 20 base power, can hit twice. It's pretty trash, man. Aside from that, it doesn't really learn many good moves. Next up, Pidgey is pretty average. I'll put it in the E tier. Can learn Wing Attack well, but again, like I said, Wing Attack kind of gets nerfed. The reason it only makes E tier over F tier, it ultimately will learn Sky Attack, which is a charge attack, but it's the most powerful flying move. So, fair enough, but early game, Pidgey's god awful, man. It doesn't learn Wing Attack until level 29, I think. So, all you're hitting through is normal, and with the flying type, not taking advantage of it, you're just adding weaknesses, basically. Pidgeotto is the exact same, for the same reason. I'll put it in E tier, not that good. Pidgeot, though, does go up a gear. I will put this high C tier, just behind Butterfree, actually. It knows the moves that the initial ones have, your sand attacks, etc. But the problem with Pidgeot is still largely the same. Sky attack is a charge attack. It's the reason these are an E tier rather than F tier. But as far as normal move goes, I don't think it can learn strength. Gust is a normal type move in Gen 1, like Karate Chop. Just really weird that they're both normal type moves. Same with Bite. And yeah, it just has limitations, man. The only reason it's really here is its speed. It can learn Mirror Move as well, which can be useful, but it has God Awful Special. So more often than not, you're not really going to use it. If you want to hit it with a physical attack, just use your physical attack. Next up, we have Rattata. Rattata, low-key, isn't actually bad at all in Gen 1 to run the game. It has Hyper Fang, Super Fang. Hyper Fang is such an OP move. Normal's really dealt a good card in Gen 1, I find. So much of another Rattata, E tier, above Pidgey, behind Pidgeotto. It has worse stats than Pidgeotto, but it has a much better moveset, I think. And Raticate, actually, guys, is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even memeing it. It's in the B tier. It can learn Blizzard, Thunder, Fire Blast for whatever reason. God knows. It can learn Dig, Earthquake. Its speed's insane. Speed on Gen 1, I should say. When you're playing through the games, you are more likely to get a crit the faster you are. So obviously its insane speed is worth consideration, which is why a lot of the pre-evolutions will be lower. They're of course going to be slower. Hyper Fang, like I said, is really good. Super Fang, if you run into a rock that would normally resist you, it will always deal half of the HP of the opponent. So obviously it gets worse after 1 or 2. So then you're only dealing like 12.5% in the third hit. But low-key, man, it's a good Pokemon. Early gens Raticate. Competitively and to run the game. I have solo run Raticate on Red and Blue at some point in my life. It's about 8 years ago. And it was a breeze. Complete breeze, man. After Brock. Yeah, surprisingly, props. Spearow is better than Pidgey. Not better than Rattata. I'm going to put it there. The reason it's better than Pidgey is because it learns Peck early, which is better than Gust, of course, because it is actually flying. And later on it'll learn Drill Peck, which I think is the best flying move in Gen 1. Sky Attack deals more, and Fly. In fact, Fly doesn't. But Drill Peck is obviously just one turn. Fearow is pretty useful, man. It's insane fast on Showdown. Can learn Drill Peck. I'm putting Fearow B tier, man. The only slight weaknesses with it is obviously it's weak to a fair few things. Rock, Electric, Ice. To be fair, it's only 3 types. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'd put it behind Raticate. I think in a straight up fight, Raticate would win. Because it can learn Thunder, Ice Beam. It's got Pole Special Raticate. It has a more diverse move pool for sure. But Fearow is definitely a Pokemon that you can run the game with, boys. It's pretty handy. I'll put it B tier. Shit on all these. Ekans is gonna make D tier. I was tempted to put it E tier. I'm gonna put it ahead of Beedrill. Purely because of one thing. Because Poison, I've said before, it was done dirty in this gen. It's only super effective against Bug and Grass, and both of them have shit ton of types that share Poison, so it resists. And it's weak to Psychic, which is so OP in Gen 1. The reason it's up here is because of one thing. It can learn Wrap. Wrap in Gen 1, along with Bind, is such an OP move. Any move like that, Fire Spin, Clamp, where it's multi-turn and it gets you stuck. If you outspeed the Pokemon and hit the move, then they can never take an attack until your move ends, and then you can just try it again. If you hit it again, on it goes in a loop. So because of that, it makes D tier. It's pretty weak. You can probably you'll get taken down in 1 hit most of the time, which is why it's in D tier. But yeah, it makes that because of Wrap. Same reasoning is gonna put Arbok in B tier. Again, if it was a better type, it would be up there. Reason why it makes B tier as well, because I was considering C tier actually, even though it has Wrap. It can also learn Glare, and Glare is 100% guaranteed to paralyze. So you guarantee paralyze something, then Wrap it. That's a broken combo, man. The only problem with Arbok is, like I said, a standard Psychic attack will utterly destroy it. Ground types it's weak too, and ground have really high defense, so if you're going to do the wrap tactic, you probably won't even pull it off before you end up dying. It makes B tier behind Raticate and Fearow. Next up, Pikachu. Pikachu is pretty useful. Obviously, it's better in Gen 1 because it's ground type that is immune to it. It can actually land Surf. I would say Pikachu is in C tier. Question is where to put it. I would rank it ahead of all the starters, guys. I think Thunderbolt, you get off Surge early on. So it'd already be OP. It's on a really standard normal move. It'll learn naturally Slam. It can learn Quick Attack. Slam's only 75% accurate, but it's pretty strong. It'll have Thunder Wave, which is pretty useful. It's insanely fast, which is the main reason I put it ahead of these. For the crit rate. Thunder, obviously, is good move. Not quite as good as Blizzard in this gen. It's only 70% accurate. Or Fire Blast, which is 85% accurate. Blizzard is 90% accurate, by the way. But yeah, man, Pikachu's pretty useful. I'd say it's a decent Pokemon. In terms of overall stats, to be fair, what am I talking about? These are second stage evolutions. I'll put it behind these. It's them starters, but ahead of. But it's not too bad. Raichu, on the other hand, deserves to make B tier. The question is, where's it go? Pretty much the same reasoning as Pikachu. Raichu's just that little bit faster, though. I think it learns Light Screen. From a competitive standpoint, if Raichu's out first, you're very unlikely to outspeed it. It'll just get a Thunder Wave off. And its weakness to ground, it's on a really Dugtrio that can take it out if it has Surf. Because it'll outspeed all the others and get that Surf off. I think special Pokemon fare better in Gen 1 than physical. So I'm going to put it... would it beat... Yeah, it'd probably beat... Right, okay. I guess it's Rock, Paper, Scissors all around. But I'll put it upper B tier, guys. Raichu's pretty handy. But there are better electric Pokemon out there. Sandshrew, I think, is pretty average. It can learn Sword Stance, Slash. But Slash is its best move. Along with, I guess, Earthquake and Dig. It can learn later on. The fact I learned Sword Stance, I'm going to put it in D tier, but low down. If you Sword Stance up though, and it's got Slash for like most of the early game, Slash crits more often than not, and any crit will negate any increase that you've done, so it's kind of pointless then. But it makes D tier. C tier for Sandslash, pretty much the same reasons. It's just that little bit better, but it's not that fast. Sword Stance off, yeah. The ground, pure ground as opposed to rock ground, they do rate. Compared to a lot of Pokemon that will come on this list, but I mean, there's better Pokemon out there. I'm going to put it ahead of Wartortle now because it is fully evolved, but behind Pidgeot and Butterfree. Next up, Nidoran female. Females always have less attack than males, so it's only fair to put it behind the male counterpart. I think Nidoran female goes in E tier. I think it's pretty average. The question is where? I'd say ahead of Pidgey, but behind Spearow and Rattata. It does learn Double Kick. Its move variety is really good in terms of typing, but I'm pretty sure with these Pokemon, they barely learn good stab moves. They don't actually naturally learn ground move later on. It'll only know Poison Sting, Double Kick, early game. It can learn Blizz and stuff. It can be useful on Showdown, Nidoran female, but yeah, no better than E tier, man, I think. In fact, no. Shrew can learn Sword Stance. Yeah, I was tempted to put it down there then. Because I thought, what do I rather have on my team, Sandshrew or Nidoran female? But it's situational, man. I'll leave them as they are. I'm going to move straight on to Nidoran female, Nidoran male, sorry. I'm going to do these as a pair, and again, I just put it one ahead. Nidorina, I don't think it's that much better, to be quite honest, guys. Nidorina and Nidorino, I don't really rate that much. In fact, I would even put them behind Rattata, ahead of Spearow, though. And again, the male is pretty much exactly the same. We put them there. Nidoqueen and Nidoking, though, is a different matter entirely, guys. Ground Poison is not that good in terms of type coverage, because you're weak to a lot of stuff. Psychic, Ice, Water. To be fair, that's it. You resist ground. But I mean, the main allure of it is they have really balanced stats, and I love that, man. They're really good all round. They're not insane in any stat, but they're not bad in any stat. It's all like A across every stat. And that is why they are going to make the A list, guys. They can learn Blizzard. You know, the most powerful elemental moves they can all learn. For the same reason as the others, males just tend to have better physicals. I'm going to put Nidoking ahead of Queen. The question is, does it get ahead of any of these? I would say it does. I would say Nidoking is better than all of them. There we go. Trying to move Venusaur across. Yeah, Nidoking could deal with all of these. Queen, slightly less physical, so I'm going to put it ahead of Blastoise, but behind Charizard and Venusaur. Next up, we have Clefairy. It can learn Sing. That's about it. You can say for it, to be honest. Metronome is always fun, but yeah, it has decent specials. Competitively, it can be okay in Showdown because you learn Thunder Wave and stuff. But you know, most Pokemon can learn moves. I think the better consideration is the games than competitive. When it comes to stuff like Clefairy, just pretty average. I'm gonna put E tier behind Spearow and the Niddos. Ahead of these Niddos, though, I'd say. Clefable gets a lot better. I'm gonna put it high D tier. Again, its stats go. It should be higher than these. Yeah, it should be C tier for sure. I would put it here actually. Better than man. I hope I don't run out of space here. I don't know what to do if I do run out of space there. Maybe it just tags on. I don't know. But yeah, man. It mainly because it can paralyze, put stuff. It's basically like a tank. Its special's pretty good. It's quite well balanced, which I rate. I can learn most of the elemental moves, which I keep saying it, but it's worth consideration, guys. It has way better coverage than Pidgeot or Sandslash. Probably all comparable stats to both of them. I just put Butterfree ahead because it knows Sleep Powder rather than Sing, and it's more accurate. Vulpix is pretty average, really. It has a good moveset, to be fair. It can learn obviously Flamethrower, Fire Blast, but mainly like Confuse Ray, Substitute is a nasty combo. That's such a meme combo. I think I'm gonna put it C tier. Oh, nice. It does just like leave them. I'll put it ahead of all of the starters, but behind the second tiers. I think it's a pretty useful Pokemon, man. Bro, Ivysaur should be ahead of Wartortle there, by the way. Bulbasaur should be ahead of Squirtle too. In fact, Squirtle probably is the best one. I don't know. Whatever, I'll leave them. But yeah, man. Vulpix goes there. Ninetales is a different story entirely. You want to get into Ninetales. I think it's still better than Fire Pokemon. I just preferred Arcanine and Charizard to it. But that moveset is insane, and it's insanely fast. It can learn Safeguard as well. I think it can learn Reflect. It's, oh man, the more I talk about it, yeah, you're going A tier, Ninetales. At the back of A tier, but that moveset just changes things entirely. From a special perspective, if you want to hit stuff pure fire offensively, there's much better Pokemon. But like I said, it can really meme this Pokemon. You can use Toxic as well and just stall them out. Plus, it's quite resistant, and the fact that it outspeeds, you'll always get that Confuse Ray off. Confuse Ray is guaranteed hit in this game, so it's really OP. Next up, Jigglypuff. There's not much else to say about Jigglypuff that I haven't said already about Clefairy and Clefable. I think of them as pretty much the same Pokemon, to be honest. I would say it's slightly worse than Clefairy. Probably worse than the Niddos as well. I'll put it there. It's pretty useless. Same with Wigglytuff. I think if you go on the Wigglytuff route, you know, normal, special, resistant, can use elementals, put you to sleep, paralyze you. It's just worse than Clefable. Because of the comparison to Clefable, you know, you'd think it put it in C tier. I'm actually not. To be fair, maybe I should. I'd have to start a line there. Yeah, okay. I'll put it behind Vulpix still, but ahead of the rest. Oddish, Zubat, is fucking god awful in this game. It knows Confuse Ray. Eventually, you can learn Toxic, Wing Attack, etc. But Wing Attack's only 35 base power. Early game, it's so awful, man. You can learn Supersonic, yes, which is inaccurate. In fact, does it ever learn Confuse Ray? It might only ever be Supersonic. But it always has Leech Life at the start, and it's just so bad, man. Like, I love Crobat. I like the line, I like the design of them. I wish better for Zubat. I feel like they do get better cracks in later games, but good god, is it bad early, guys. I'm putting F tier. Ahead of the rest, though. But yeah, I know for sure that it is amongst like the top 5 or 6 worst Pokemon in the game as far as pure stats go. So it only deserves to be there. Golbat's basically the same reasoning. I'll put it E tier. Ahead of all the rest, to be fair, because I feel like it has probably got the highest stat total of all of these. But it's only really good to like Confuse and Poison. Offensively, it's god awful, man. You can learn Bite, and that's about it. Oddish is not great, to be honest. It's got a insane moveset. It will get better as this line goes. Perhaps surprisingly so, guys. But Oddish, yeah, I think it's kind of E tier at best. I think I need to move on as well, actually. We're 25 minutes in. I'm only up to about the 20th of Pokemon. I'm going to make this a bit quicker then, guys. Oddish, you can go there, brother. No. Fuck yeah. Say I had a Clefairy. Bro, this thing's so non-responsive. Gloom, I'm going to put each of these up tiers each time. Gloom, I would say, should be C tier. Same reason, just status inflicting. It can learn Petal Dance. I don't think it learns Razor Leaf, which is why it wouldn't be slightly higher on the C tier. But I'd say it's better than Ivysaur. It can learn Acid. Ivysaur can't really learn any poison move from level up, so it can't hit from that side. Like I said, poison's kind of weak, but you know, in this gen, you'd prefer a better stab. It's not particularly fast, but it's pretty good all around, man. It can learn Mega and Giga Drain as well, which is always really useful. Well, Mega Drain at least. Giga Drain doesn't exist yet. Vileplume, competitively, it doesn't seem that good, but I've ran it before on Vanilla Gen 1, and I swear down, it's so good. I've had it in a team, and it was one of them where it was like, it was never an ordeal to level it up. It was a complete pleasure. I'm going to put a B tier. Perhaps surprisingly, as I said, Grass Poison's not a great combo in this gen. It's weak to a lot of things, but I always have a certain fondness for Vileplume. After that run I did with it, where it was like never slowing down, or Vileplume's falling a couple of levels behind after level up. It always had enough fights to level up with ease. I'm gonna put it behind Raichu, Raticate, Fearow, ahead of Arbok. Again, I'm trying to speed this up now, guys. Paris is quad weak to 3 different types in Gen 1. That's all I have to say. It learns Leech Life. It does at least learn Spore, so I'll put it in the E tier. About there, better than Nido's because of Spore. Spore's guaranteed to put you to sleep, and it can learn Sword Stance and Growth as well, to be fair. Maybe we should put this higher. I know for sure on J-Rose's solo runs, he did well with Paris, actually. But still, it's insanely slow, and the fact you're quad weak and fire, poison, and flying are all pretty common this gen. I'd just put it. Yeah, let me keep on it lower. I'll put it there. Parasect does get really fast. It has insane physical attack as opposed to special, even though it's got no good bug moves, which would hit through physical, and it's other type into grass, which is special. For the same reason as Paris, I'm going to leave it relatively low. But the fact that it lends Spore is, as I said, completely huge. I would say it's better than Gloom. It's Stepho C tier. I'd say it's better than Sandshrew or Slash. I'd put it below the others. Venonat isn't that good, really. Its moveset, I can learn Psybeam, Psychic, which are great. But it's Bug Poison. It doesn't really learn any good moves from either side of that. It just kind of learn Meme, status moves again. I think it's pretty average. I'm going to leave it E tier. I would say behind the Nidos, behind even the Oddish and the Venonat. Yeah, God, it's pretty low. I'd say it's there. Venomoth is a different story entirely. It's pretty damn good, man. It knows all the spores. It's very fast. Whereas Venonat is really good physically. They completely flip flop when they evolve. Its physicals go kind of to shit. It kind of stay the same, but its specials go through the roof. Not insanely good in terms of special attack, but pretty up there, man. It's probably in the top 20 Pokemon in the game for special attack, Venomoth. And the same for speed. So as a result, I'm going to put it, I think it's fair to put it in the C tier, because I kind of compare it to Butterfree. But I'd say highest C tier. It's pretty good, man. Dugtrio has ground's really well looked after in this gen. It's insanely fast. It knows Slash, which can always crit. Dig is 100 base power in this game. It knows Earthquake. It can learn Fissure. If you outspeed your opponent, Fissure can hit. Diglett and Dugtrio are really good in this gen, man. Because it's a Diglett, and it has one downside to it, is it has really low defense and really poor HP. Purely because it's a Diglett, guys, it has to go C tier, I think. But honestly, like, above some fully evolved, I'd say Sandslash is a good comparison. Yeah, I put it right there. Dugtrio is A tier, 100%. In fact, I'm tempted to put it God tier. No, it has poor defense special, yeah. Okay, A tier though. But again, like Vileplume, I've run this Gen 1. I'm talking Red Blue, not the remakes. And the remakes, it actually gets really shafted. You'll see that in a series I upload later on. Still set to upload. But in Gen 1, a lot of Pokemon are poison, etc. None of them have Levitate or anything. You can hit the ghosts with it. It's just OP, man, because of that moveset. Honestly, I think it's second behind only Nidoking in the A tier. I really rate Dugtrio in Red and Blue. As well, you can catch them at level 29 in Diglett's Cave pretty early on in the game, so it's just always handy. Meowth has insane speed, can learn Slash, which, as I said, crits. Its signature move Payday, which isn't quite as good, but it can learn pretty much all the good normal moves. The only thing with Meowth is, unlike a lot of the other normal types that we've seen, like Clefable, Wiggly, Raticate, it doesn't have great special. Well, Raticate doesn't either, but I don't think Meowth can learn the likes of Blizzard, Thunderbolt, and that. I think it can learn like Bubble Beam, etc. But it's only when you get to Persian that it can learn them. I think Meowth's pretty steady D tier. I think it's better than all the others in E tier, etc. I'd put it there. Had a Sandshrew, but behind the others. Persian's insanely fast. Faster than most of the game. Persian's pretty damn good, man. It has really good physical attack. Again, its special's not that great, but it can learn stuff like Blizzard, etc. Because Gen 1 being Gen 1. I'm going to put it B tier, Persian. I like it. I would say it's comparable to Fearow. Yeah, I'll put it there. I think Eradicate's slightly better at using its special moveset and its super fang. Psyduck is pretty average. Although can it learn Amnesia? I think it might. Amnesia's pretty broken. So for that reason, I'm going to put it D tier ahead of Beedrill, behind Ekans. Golduck, its special goes really good. Golduck's pretty useful. It's relatively fast. Again, can learn Amnesia, which is just utterly broken in this game. You put its special up, its special attack and defense up each stage. It can also learn Hypnosis. So, that combo is pretty damn nasty. Although Hypnosis is only 6% accurate. I think Golduck's pretty safe B tier, boys. I would put it right about with Hypnosis Amnesia. I'd put it there. Its lack of speed, I think Raichu is slightly better. Overall stats as well, but Amnesia, Hypnosis, yeah, it's there. Mankey, fighting types aren't looked after that well in this game. Psychic's probably the most OP type, and they just utterly destroy them. Karate Chop's a normal type move, like I said. Mega Punch and Mega Kick are normal. Well, they have been throughout, but they're pretty inaccurate, and they're the only real good moves you can get in it early on. I guess it might know Karate, might know What's low kick? That's it. But I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't think Monkey's that good, boys. It's better than all of these because it is probably quite fast and has good attack. But I put it D tier behind me Alf ahead of Sandshrew. Primate, but I don't think it's that much better. Again, its speed gives the advantage. You can learn Rock Slide as well to counter its flying weakness. But I don't think it's all that. I'll put it ahead of Diglett behind Parasect. Growlithe next up is pretty good. Pokemon over 2. We're up to 50 odd, I think. About a third the way. Yeah, I need to get a move on. A lot of these I'll just start kind of summon them up as an entire evolutionary line. Growlithe, where should you go? I think C tier. I'd say it's better than all the starters. Although its moveset's not great, actually. Its moveset's pretty shit, even when it's an Arcanine. The only fire move it learns by level up, aside from Ember, is Fire Blast. It never learns Flamethrower. I was amazed when I discovered that. You have to get Flamethrower as a TM, and I'm not even sure the TM exists, so actually I'm going to put it at the back. It's got better stats, and it's better to hit pure fire when you have them fully pimped out with Fire Blast and a Vulpix, or a Charmeleon even. Probably comparative with Charmeleon, or definitely better than a Charmander, but its moveset, man, yeah, Takedown. Extreme Speed's good. Raw, you see on it a lot, it's kind of useless. Arcanine has insane stats. Really good speed, really good physicals, pretty respectable special. It's one of them, it's quite balanced all around. But its moveset isn't as good as the others. I think it deserves to be at least top 3 tiers, but yeah, boys, I'd say B tier at best. I'd probably put it last. It pains me to that. I love Arcanine. Stat wise, it's better than all of these in B tier, and quite a few of these in A tier. But like I said, its moveset just completely lets it down. Poliwag is OP, low key, because it's pre-evolved. I'll explain more why it's OP. Like I said, I'm gonna start summarizing like the whole entire evolutionary lines where I can. So I'll get to like solo evolutions before long. Poliwag, I would say, keeps climbing. To be fair, I'll put it there. It's insane fast. It knows Hypnosis, Amnesia, that god combo that Golduck can learn. But its sheer speed gets it up there. Obviously, it's lowest than Golduck, so it's lower in terms of tier list. Poliwhirl, it doesn't get that much better. Doesn't learn anything else. But obviously, its stats are slightly better, so it needs to go up a fair bit. I would put it about there. Poliwrath's a different story entirely. It can learn Belly Dance as well. Belly Drum, sorry, which is insane. Raises your attack. It can learn Submission, Hydro Pump, Water Fighting's pretty weak to a lot of stuff, but it's Amnesia and it's Belly Drum. If you pull both of them off, holy fuck, you are in for a world of trouble, boys. So, because of that, I think it's second on A tier, boys. Poliwrath's pretty damn sick. It has speed as well. I think Nido has better move coverage, but yeah, you can get like Hydro Pump Blizzard on it, etc. Abracadabra, Alakazam. Abra can only learn Flash and Teleport, so that's insane special, but what can you do with that? As a result, can't believe I'm doing this. This is my favourite evolutionary line. Alakazam's my favourite. Mind you, my favourite evolutionary line is probably Ghastly Horn to Gengar, but Alakazam's my favourite Pokemon. Because it only learns them 2 moves. I guess you can learn TMs to it later on, but early game running it, you have to switch out and stuff. So I'll put it behind Zubat even. Fuck no. By sheer stats, it should be there, but it's as bad as Magikarp for switching out. Kadabra is just goes up a gear. Psychic's so OP. It's actually supposed to be weak to Ghost in Gen 1, of course, but it's actually immune to Ghost. It's only weak to Bug, and the only Bug moves are Leech Life, which is shit, and Twinneedle, which is shit. So Kadabra has insane speed as well, can learn Kinesis, it has Recover. Psychic, you can learn with Thunder Wave. And if you can just get the Thunder Wave Recover combo off, you have a guaranteed recover. It's insane, man. Because of its slightly lower stats than fully evolved Pokemon, it goes in lower A tier, I'd say. Yeah, let's put it behind. I think Blastoise should go back. Yeah, that's about fine. Alakazam is our first God tier Pokemon, guys. It's my favourite Pokemon, so there's an element bias, but there's no arguing. Psychic's so OP in Gen 1. Sabrina's the hardest gym. Alakazam's got the highest special attack in the game after Mewtwo, I think, which is insane. It has higher special attack than Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. Imagine that. And it's weak to nothing. The only downside to Alakazam is its defense is pretty shit. So a standard like Tauros attack or something could take it out in one. But it's so fast that it'll always get hits off on these. You can just paralyze them all. And its Psychic's insane. Psychic can lower special defense. It's a move that you can get pretty early on in the game at Saffron. It's just sick in this gen. Alakazam, man. It's really, really good. Machop, Machoke, Machamp have decent movesets. Amongst the better fighting Pokemon, but I don't think that they're particularly good. I put Machop pretty middle D tier, I'd say. I think it's better than Monkey, but not by a great deal. In fact, it probably isn't. I'll put it there. Machoke, I think, doesn't make it out of C tier, to be quite honest. I'd put it ahead of most of the pre-evolved ones here. But I'd even put it behind Pichu. I'll put it there. Yeah. Not the best, put it that way. Machamp, again, I don't think it gets that good. Overall stats, it doesn't say in attack. But its move pool is not that good. Submission takes recoil damage, you know what I mean? It can't learn high jump kick. Mach Punch, Comet Punch, the Hitmons can, and they're generally better. Like Submission's pretty powerful. More powerful than most of them moves I've mentioned. The recoil damage and the 8% accuracy. Karate Chop's normal type. It can learn strength and stuff. If I have Machamp, usually I've only got like 1 or 2 fighting moves. I'm not really taking advantage of it. And as I said, Psychic's so OP in this gen that fighting types and poison types by extension are a lot weaker. Flying's pretty common this gen as well. A lot of good flying Pokemon this gen. So Machamp, because it is fully evolved, it deserves to at least be C tier in terms of overall stats. But yeah, I think I'd leave it right there. Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Victory Bell. They have good physicals, not great specials. I leave them. I think Bellsprout's E tier, to be honest, guys. I don't think it's that good. Even put it behind all of these. I think it's worse than Oddish. Fuck, it's probably as bad than Oddish. I'll put it there. I'll explain more when I get to Victory Bell. Weeping Bell can learn Growth, I think, or Sword Stance. One of the two. Because of that, I'll leave it low D tier. Yeah, head of Sandshrew. Victory Bell does get a lot better. You can learn, like I was saying on Vileplume, it does actually attack through its poison side, Victory Bell. It can learn Sludge, later on in Gen 2, Sludge Bomb. It has really, really good physicals. But Grass Poison isn't that good. You can put to sleep. You can basically do everything a Vileplume can do, plus a Sword Stance. So overall stats, it's one of the best Grass Pokemon for sure. Probably it's the second best behind Venusaur, I'd say. But I'd have it no better than, just better than Vileplume, but no better than any others. Tentacool and Cruel, they can learn Amnesia, Confuse Ray, or is it Supersonic, I think? Hydro Pump, they learn Acid, Sludge. Pretty good moveset, and they're pretty fast as well. They are weak to a lot of stuff. So, all things considered, I'm going to put just about makes it into C Team Tentacool, but at the very bottom. It's better, worse than all the starter lineup, even. Cruel is pretty good, though. Its moveset, I'd say it's not better than Poliwhirl or any of these as far as like status spamming, or probably even Pidgeot in terms of stats. But physically, it's pretty good. Definitely worse than these three, but for all things considered, yeah, I'll put it there, C tier. Geodude is pretty god awful. It can learn Earthquake and Dig, but Rock doesn't have many good moves on this, and the Rock Ground combo is shit. It's weak to a lot of stuff. I don't rate Geodude at all, man. It's pretty slow as well. You know, if you're gonna run a Rock Ground, Onix would probably be the one. I think it's that bad. I'm putting it E tier. Better than Pidgey, but no better than any others. Graveler is the same. I don't think Graveler makes it out of E tier. Yeah, put it up at E tier. I'd say it's even worse than Rattata. Probably worse than these two as well, to be fair. Yeah, I'll put them there. Golem, again, same reason. It's just weak to too many things. It can learn Explosion, Self-Destruct, which is useful in a team, but obviously it's hard to fucking level it up then. Pretty damn slow. Stuff like Defense Curl doesn't really matter. You're that slow that they'll get a move off anyway. Its attack's insane. Its defense is insane, but a standard special move will utterly destroy it. It is fully evolved, so I guess I'll put it... No, you know what? I don't think it makes C tier, guys. I do not rate Golem. I'm putting it D tier. I'll put it high D tier because it is fully evolved, but worse than all of these, actually. The only use for it is it's immune to electric, pretty much, from a competitive standard. Point. Next up, Ponyta, pretty damn fast. Can learn Stomp, which flinches. Agility, it doesn't really need. I've always found it my least favourite of the fire lines to play as, compared to Growlithe and Arcanine and Vulpix and Ninetales. I never get his worse as well. I'm going to put it D tier, in fact C tier for its speed. Yeah, it's better than all these, to be fair. I'll put it here, I think. Rapidash, think, doesn't quite make B tier. I think it's high C. Again, mainly its speed. Special stat, physical stat. It's kind of balanced, but I just find them worse than the other two. Funkfire has a better moveset. To be fair, it can learn Fire Spin, and it is very fast. I've just remembered that. Oh man, all things considered then, holy shit. Scratch this. It needs to go B tier. In fact, it might even have to go A tier because of that. I'd say behind Kadabra. It's up there, guys. Ponyta by extension needs to go up. Because it's the exact same. It can learn Fire Spin. Pretty inaccurate, but once you hit them in it, you can get them stuck in a loop. And like I said, it is insane fast as well, so you'll always get that chance at the start. I would probably put it first in C tier. It doesn't make B tier only because it's pre-evolved. And the downside of Ponyta as well, to be fair, it doesn't evolve until like level 42 or something, which is ridiculous. It's really late. Slowpoke can learn Amnesia. What the fuck is that, by the way? Oh my god. Obviously a Mega of that just looks stupid. Slowpoke is very slow, hence its name. Its special defense is insane. Defense is pretty good as well. Special attack and attack aren't that good. But it can learn Amnesia. Learn Thunderwave. It may even learn Hypnosis. I'm not too sure. I think it's pretty solid D tier Pokemon. So I'll leave it like upper D tier. About there. Slowbro. Same crack, basically. It's no real difference to Slowpoke. It's just better stats all around. Again, I don't think it deserves to get higher than C tier. I think I'm going to place it about there. I kind of think of it as similar, like the water version of Clefable in terms of its moveset and its capabilities. But the fact that it knows Amnesia is the reason it gets to C. Otherwise, I'd leave it lower because it's its poor speed. It is part Psychic, which is a lot going for it. Magnemite is nowhere near as good. Gen 2, I might do a Gen 2 version of this. I'd have to do it a lot quicker though. This will take ages. God, man, I'm only halfway through. It's been 50 minutes. Apologies, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop putting them in. Magnemite doesn't know its part Steel type. There's better electric types out there. It goes D, pretty low. It can at least learn electric moves, unlike Voltorb, though. Voltorb will be a lot lower. Magneton. I don't know, let us know in the comments, guys. Do you want me to do a Gen 2 one? With this style of actually explaining each and every one of them? Because this will probably take about an hour and a half, to be fair. I intended it to last about an hour. I guess there are 150 of them. Magneton. Yeah, I'll try and wrap it up quicker now. I don't think it's better than any of these. It has insane special attack, actually, to be fair, Magneton. It's not that fast, though. I'll put it there. Farfetch'd is pretty damn average. There's not much to write home about it at all. It's half decent stats. Not really bad in any stat, but not really good in any of them either, including speed. And its moveset's pretty average. It can learn Slash at least, and Sword Stance, to be fair. So, all things considered, the fact I can learn that combo. Although, like I said, Sword Stance just kind of render Slash redundant. Or vice versa, I should say. I think it's D tier, man. I don't really rate Farfetch'd. I've always liked it as a concept and design, and felt like it should be treated better from the creators, but I don't think it's very good. I'm gonna leave it right here, actually. I think, yeah, right near the bottom. Doduo and Dodrio, insanely fast, can learn Drill Peck, which is my favourite flying move. I feel like there's another move in my head they can learn that's really good. It's gone out of my head. Obviously, you can get Double Edge and Body Slam on it and stuff. I really like Doduo and Dodrio in Gen 1. Dodrio's pre-evolved, so I don't think it should get anywhere ahead of C tier. I think its place is about here. Behind Poliwag ahead of Sandslash. Dodrio is another story entirely, guys. Dodrio, I'm looking at the top tiers here. Where do you belong, Dodrio? Oh, bro, this doesn't let me drag off. I'll have to drag it from there. It's definitely... I'd say it's A tier. It's insane speed, insane attack. Only weak to 3 different types. Although Rock does resist, of course. I would put it about there. One moment, guys. I'm going to zoom this out a bit so you can see the whole thing a bit clearer. Don't want to over zoom. Bam. There's not too many to go, to be fair. I could probably get done in about 20 minutes. Seal next up is pretty average. Water, Ice. It's kind of balanced in stats and competitive. I don't know when it learns certain moves. I don't think I've ever run Seal or Dugong. But there's a reason to it, man. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. I'd say it's D tier at best. I'd say it's kind of low D tier, I think. Behind Magnemite, ahead of Farfetch'd. Dugong's a bit better. I can learn Rest. It's pretty tanky. It always takes a fair few hits to get down. Its weakness to Grass is negated by its part Ice. So it's, to be fair, it's only weak to Rock. And Fighting and Electric, which aren't that common. Yeah, all things considered, to be fair, I kind of want to put it B tier, but I don't think it deserves it. I think it goes reasonable high C tier. I'd say there. Better than Pidgeot, but worse than the others. I think Parasect should go higher, by the way, guys. For sure. I'm looking at certain Pokemon ahead of Parasect, like why? I guess it's Quad Week. Stuff. I'll put it there. Next up, Grimer. Grimer and Muck. They have really mean moveset. You can do status moves, minimize, etc. But the problem with Grimer is, again, it's typing. It's just there's a lot of strong Psychic and ground moves in this game. You have Confusion, Psybeam, Psywave, Psychic, Dream Eater, Dig, Earthquake, Boomerang, Bone Club, Magnitude. Yeah, it's just weak. In fact, I think Magnitude only come in Gen 2. But anyway, you know, it's weak to a lot of shit. Pretty average Pokemon, to be honest. Although it does learn the best poison moves. Like I said, poison isn't looked after very well in this. I'd say Grimer is E tier. About Pretty low, actually. About there. I'm going to put Golbat low D tier, by the way. I mean, that deserves. It just keeps looking out of place when I look back up. I don't know. Muck. Pretty much the same as Grimer. Just, but its defense is insane, by the way. It almost always lives a turn. Even if you hit it with a strong ground move, you're about the same level as it. So on that basis, I think it deserves like a C tier. It can boom as well. Yeah, it's better than Golem for sure. I don't think it deserves to even be above Pikachu. Probably even any of these starters. I'll put it there. Just because it's fully evolved, basically, guys. Otherwise, it'll be a lot lower. Shelder has insane defense. Pretty poor special. It's weak to electric and grass, being pure water. It can get its ice type until it becomes a cloister. Its moveset, it can learn Clamp. The problem is, it's not particularly fast to take advantage of it, because Clamp is one of the moves, I think, that get you stuck, like Bind, like Fire Spin. I think it can learn Amnesia. But overall, I don't think it's particularly good, guys. I'm going to leave it in the D tier. Right at the bottom as well, actually. Cloister will make C tier, but again, I think it's going to be near the bottom. I don't rate it that highly. It can learn Spikes, which is always a fun move to pull off, but when you're actually doing stab attacks through water and ice, they're both special, and its special is pretty average. On that basis, it's good as a defensive buffer, but not offensive. I'm going to leave it lower C tier, and again, it only makes C tier because it's fully evolved. Ghastly Haunter Gengar. Ghost Poison. I never understand the poison type and combination. Ghost can deal no damage to Psychic on this game, and it's actually weak to Psychic because of its poison type. It's weak to Ground as well because of poison type. But they're the only two types it's weak to. The only problem is it never really learns any stab moves, Ghastly Haunter Gengar, like all of them. The only Ghost offensive move is Lick, and they don't learn any poison moves, so don't take advantage of that stab combination. But poison would hit through physical anyway. Ghost would hit through physical too. Physically, they're not great, attack and defense, but through the special stat and the speed, they're insane. And everything I've been saying, you'll think I'm going to lead to put them in low tiers. But no, because their movesets, even though they're not through poison much, or through Ghost, the movesets are insane, man. They can learn Hypnosis, Confuse Ray, Spite, Dream Eater. They kind of like to learn Toxic. The main allure of Gengar and that is it can learn Thunderbolt, Thunder, Blizzard, etc. All the elemental moves, and its special is Godlike. I think all of them. I love this line. Like I said, Gengar's my second favorite Pokemon all the time. This is probably my favorite evolutionary line as a whole ever. Maybe the Charmander line can rival that. I love them, man. I love them. They're so fast. Ghastly, I would say, shouldn't be higher than C tier, to be fair. But I'll put it, for all these reasons, about here. But it is only the first evolution. Haunter goes into my B tier, guys. Its special's insane. I just fucking love it. I'll put it above all of these. Behind Golduck, I think. Gengar, its weakness to ground and later gens actually becomes redundant as well because it knows Levitate. The fact that you're not hitting the stab moves doesn't really matter if it's insane special. It's insane speed. It's definitely at least A tier. I was considering putting it in God tier. I don't think it deserves to be there. Just because it does not quite have the variety of a good attack, a good physical move. You'd have to run full special with Gengar, and you can always run into a Chansey. But for sure, it's defo A tier, guys. I'm going to put it there. If it was personal favourite, so it'd be God tier for me. I love it. Next up, Onix. Onix says deceptively fast, but Rock Ground, again, like I said, is a really bad combo. It doesn't learn Rock Slide for quite a while, and Rock Throw's accuracy is god awful. It's like 55. And then stuff like Bind, which can be good if you outspeed, you get them stuck. Slam, which is inaccurate. Screech, it knows early on, which is decent. Lowest defense by 2. But a standard special attack will just utterly destroy you. I don't think Onyx deserves to be any better than D tier, to be honest, guys. It is lacking its evolutionary line evolve counterpart Steelix in this, so it is technically like fully evolved in this gen. That's the only reason it makes D tier, to be honest, guys. That's better stats than a lot of these, even though it is also a first stage evolution in later gens. God, does it? You know what? It's not that great. I think I'll put it ahead of Farfetch behind Seal. Next up, Drowsy. No Hypnosis, probably Amnesia and stuff. Drowsy's half decent. I think I'll put it at the very bottom of C tier. And knows Disable as well, which in certain situations can be really good competitively. Hypno, I don't think gets out with C tier, but obviously it climbs it a lot. Maybe not quite as much as I thought then. We'll go for Hypno right about there. It has insane special attack. Like, one of the best. Psychic is looked after well as well. But I just think there are better Psychic types in this game than Hypno, to be quite honest. Krabby has insane defense, really poor special, so it doesn't really help its weakness to Electric and Grass. And most of the strong physical moves it learns aren't of its type, because of course Water is pure special. You don't have like a physical Crab Hammer in this. It's just there as a defensive buffer, largely similar to Cloyster. But it's first stage evolution. I think we just gotta put it like D tier, Krabby. I'd say it's better than Onyx because it's comparable attack, but it actually like has less weaknesses. We're not gonna put it above Seal. Right there in the D tier. Kingler can learn Sword Stance as well. Kingler in certain situations in competitive, you can wipe a full team with Kingler. If they have no special attackers, they're in trouble, man. It can be very good, and I think it deserves to be B tier because the standard Electric or Grass attack from something with high special will utterly destroy it. But it's reasonable speed as well. It's fully evolved. Stat-wise, as far as offensively, it's one of the best Pokemon in the entire game. Comparable to all of these. I'm going to put it there. Behind Machamp, but ahead of Primeape. Voltorb is pretty trash. Insane speed. Electrode, its full evolution, is actually the fastest Pokemon in the entire gen. And it does count, guys, like I said, because crits. You more like it to crit. However, Voltorb doesn't actually learn an electric move. At least by level up, I know for sure. Probably does by TM, but because of that, it can't be any better than E tier, man. Alright, maybe D tier, just because of that speed. I'll leave it there, I think. But yeah, mainly you'll have like Tackle, Sonic Boom for about 20 levels where you're trying to level it up. Screw that, man. Electrode does get a lot better. Insane special. Insane speed. Cannot be outsped, so you're always guaranteed to get a Thunder Wave off. Or like an attempt at it. Can learn Light Screen as well. Only weak to ground, of course. Can't learn Reflect, which is a shame, I think. Don't think it can learn Reflect. So Reflect would cover its only weakness, in which case it'd be a lot better. But its move variety, aside from Electric, in terms of leveling up and natural lane set, isn't that good, actually. However, I think it deserves to be pretty high on this tier list. I'm going to put it second. In fact, I'm going to put top out of Ponyta, just because it is one of those Pokemon, one of the 5 Pokemon that has the best stat of a single one of the base 5 like stats in the game. Next up, Execute. Grass Psychic, it's pretty weak. It's quad weak to Bug. Thankfully, Bug doesn't have any good moves. But a standard Twin Needle off of Beedrill will destroy it. Although we can Psychic it first. Its moveset's pretty damn good. It knows Leech Seed, Solar Beam, Hypnosis, etc. Hypnosis Leech Seed combo is really good. It can learn Dream Eater later on, so it can get her health back a lot. It's pretty damn slow though, and I don't think it deserves to be any more than D tier. I'm going to put it at the very top of the D tier though. I think it's worse than Drowsy for sure, and Tentacle. Executor, again, different story. I think I'd put it B tier, Because with Psychic typing, Grass isn't well looked after on this. But its moveset is insane. The problem is it's slow to evolve, to level up. So if you're ever running it on a game, it can be a pain. But funnily enough, I've run it most recently on Fire Red, and I thought it'd be an ordeal to level up. I'd always be dragging this along with the team. It'd always be a couple of levels behind. But no, it was a complete pleasure, man. I'd say it's the best grass type after Venusaur, so appropriately it deserves to be above the others. I'd put it about there. In fact, one behind Haunter, but ahead of Raticate. It's pretty good Executor, man. Cubone and Marowak aren't that good. Reasonable speed. Can learn Sword Stance, I think. Defense Curl. Boomerang I love as a move. But it's still, there's Earthquake and Dig that are better. I don't think it's very good, man. I'm going to leave it at D tier, though, because I do have a certain fondness for it. And ground types, like I said, do fare well in Gen 1 with the trainer Pokemon. They do well in the gyms, they do well against the Rockets. I think it's fair to put Cubone pretty high, actually, all things considered, in D tier. Marowak, I think C tier. It doesn't get much better, to be honest, than Cubone. It's not that much of a step up. Again, purely because it's typing, I think I'm going to put it up about there, right ahead of. It's a good comparison, I guess. It's better than Sandslash, I'd say. Hitmonlee is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time, but fighting isn't that good on this gen. Mind you, it's not bad. It's definitely the best fighting type Pokemon. That's without question. Not in terms of stats, that's probably my Champ. Honestly, it's probably second or joint second, along with Chan. As far as overall stats, we're better than Primeape even. And Poliwrath. But the main good thing about this thing is it's pretty fast. And it learns the best fighting moves. High Jump Kick and Jump Kick are the most powerful fighting moves on the game. Although both of them, if you miss, you can crash and take recoil damage. Good against normal types, but a lot of normal types in this game are part flying. Good against rock types, a lot of them are part ground. And thus have really, really good defense. And I think it deserves to be more than B tier, man. And this may be bias, may even be more realistically in C tier. But you can sweep teams with Lee. I've done it before. I'm going to put it right there. But no fighting type gets higher. Hitmonchan at least can learn the elemental moves, the punches, thunder, ice, and that. So overall, as a runner, it's actually probably better. But as a pure fighting type, that's what you're looking for, it's worse. Hitmonchan, I think, is going to be high C tier. I don't think it's quite as good as Lee. It's more defensively based. Its attack's a lot lower, but its defensive is higher, and its special is slightly higher. I think its speed's around the same, maybe lower. I don't think Chan deserves to be any higher than right there. Coughing and Wheezing are pretty average, man. I think they're even worse than Grimer and Muck. I always prefer facing Coughing and Wheezing to Grimer and Muck. They seem to have lower defense. And again, Poison isn't dealt that good a hand. I'm going to leave Coughing there. And Wheezing, again, similar to Muck. I think it makes its tier. But I don't think it's as good. And put it at the back end. Its defense is insane, and its attack's insane as well, actually. So if you get something like a Hyper Beam on it, I've run Muck before as part of the Gym Leader signature Pokemon Gen 1 run. And it did okay as part of the team, but definitely it's weak to too many things that are common and strong. Lickitung is C tier if I've ever heard one. Pretty average, man. It's very, very slow. Lets it down. But it can learn Sword Stance at least, and its physical is pretty good. There's a lot of, and I mean a lot of good normal moves in this gen as well. I'm gonna put it around about here. Let's say Squirtle needs to be behind these. Charmander can learn Sword Stance as well, but we're talking like growth. Should Weezing be ahead of them? Or no, I don't know. Fuck it, let's move on. We're nearly there. Rhyhorn and Rhydon, again, the typing isn't great. Rhyhorn doesn't evolve into Rhydon until 42. Uh, rock throw is pretty inaccurate in this game. It's not really good through rocks until it gets rock slide. Earthquake and Dig are obviously really OP, but its lack of speed and that. I love Rhyhorn as a Pokemon. Like, the design of it and everything's pretty damn cool. Funny enough, guys, fun fact, Rhydon was the very first Pokemon conceived. Actually, like, drawn. But yeah, Rhyhorn, yeah, it pains me to do this, man. I'm putting it D tier, man. Water and ice and grass are all pretty common in this gen. So it's just weak. Even like a standard psychic attack or fire, like, can weaken it quite a lot, surprisingly. You know, just any special attack. I'm gonna put it. I think. Well, there. Rhydon obviously gets a lot better, but again, it suffers from the same limitations. It can at least learn Fissure, but it's so slow, it doesn't matter. It can learn some special moves, I think, but I don't think it deserves to be particularly high. I'm going to leave it down there. Again, really cool design. Chansey is a special wall. Its special's insane. It can learn me moves like Sing, Soft Boil, that has insane HP. Easily the most HP of any Pokemon in Gen 1. The most of any in Gen 2 as well, exception of Blissey. Attack and defense, though, considering it's a normal type, it's god awful. All you have to do is hit it with a physical move, basically, and it goes down like a sack of shit. But as a buffer, if you are up against a Pokemon that has full special, it's insanely good. So where to put it? I feel like it's insane from a special perspective, but dreadful from a physical perspective. So it can go nowhere but C tier. They kind of balance themselves out. I'd say competitively, it's always really, really good to have a Chansey. I have a Chansey in my team on competitive, so it's one of like the top 6. It's just as far as actually running the game, it's that's where it hurts it. I think I'll leave it pretty high on the C tier. So I do have a fair bit of love for Chansey, but only about there. Again, it's mainly just there to delay people rather than actually like deal damage. Tangela has insane defense. Pretty god awful special, considering it's a grass Pokemon, but it has one of the best defensive stats in the entire game, actually. But it doesn't really take advantage of its type. It is pure grass as well, so it is actually weak to poison. So basically, every other grass type destroys Tangela. I think Tangela is very good, guys. I'm going to leave it down here. It's probably got better stats than Bellsprout and Oddish. But the fact that it is pure grass actually hurts it this time. Because it's weak to bug too. Although its weakness to psychic's removed, but that was basically all it's saving. And it's got such low special anyway that psychic also destroys it. I'm gonna leave it about there. Kangaskhan is really, really good. This is A tier, 100%, guys. It has insane speed. Well, no, well, not really. But that's good speed. It's probably like 20th, 25th fastest in the gen. But mainly its attack is pretty good. Again, neither stat's insane, but they're both pretty decent. It's pretty bulky. Its moveset's pretty damn good. Yeah, solid A tier, man. So the question is where to put it. I would say right about there. Behind Nidoqueen, ahead of Ninetales. Next up, Seadra and Horsey and Seadra. They're much better in Gen 2. I don't think they're very good in this gen. They're not bad. They're kind of average in every stat, kind of mixed across the board. Obviously slightly favouring thing. Unlike a lot of water types, they don't learn Amnesia, I think. They can learn Smokescreen, Hydro Pump, Swift. So that's about it. They're kind of shit. I'm going to put Horsey pretty low D tier. Just had a Shelter. And Seadra doesn't even make it out with D tier, to be honest. In fact, no. I can make C tier, but right at the very bottom. Staryu and Goldeen and Seeking, pretty much the same. You can learn Supersonic, Horn Attack. They have pretty good physical attack, actually. Not great special, again, it doesn't really cover its weaknesses. They're very similar, man. I'm going to put Seeking a Goldeen about there. And I think Seeking should be about here. Staryu is pure water. Can learn Recover. Harden. Pretty useful, man. Think it learns Amnesia. I'm going to put Staryu about after Hypno, I think. Yeah, about there. Starmie, on the other hand, is I've gone through them all now. My third favourite Pokemon of all time. Water Psychic, insanely fast. Knows Thunder Wave, Recover. That God combo can learn Thunderbolt to cover itself, other water types. Only weak to Electric and Grass, of course, can learn Blizzard. And from a competitive standpoint, if I get a Starmie, I feel like I'm always in with a chance, no matter what else I've got. Starmie is easy A tier, guys. It's really, really good Pokemon on this gen. I just have to drag it up there. Question is, how high does it get? I would say it's the top of the A tier, guys. It's that good. I love having Starmie. Moveset is just so good, man. And as well, it levels up medium fast. The fact that you can level up Staryu, evolve it with a Water Stone, you can get Starmie really early. And because it is medium fast, it doesn't really matter. It's just OP, man. It's really good. Mr. Mime, this Pokemon I never really rated when I was younger, but actually, guys, if you get this on competitive, again, it's A tier. It's really, really good. It has Reflect, Light Screen. Actually, it's Barrier, Light Screen. Thunder Wave, Hypnosis, Psychic, Dream Eater, Psybeam. That's insane special. If you raise that defense with Barrier, then fuck, you're in trouble, man. It's pretty fast as well. Mr. Mime's easy A tier. In fact, it's probably second, straight off. I'd say because it doesn't know Recover. It can learn Thunder Wave as well, but because it doesn't know Recover, it's not quite as up there as the Starmie. But again, Psychic, man. Psychic just fares really well in this gen. They all have insane special. Because special attack and defense are one stat, it's double the boost. Cypher, again, on competitive is really good. In an actual run through, it's not great. You can learn, that's what's a moveset. Slash, Sword Stance mainly is the thing. Agility. Agility Sword Stance is insane. Particularly if you give a Hyper Beam, because with you agility, your speed goes twice over, and it's already one of the fastest Pokemon in the entire game. And you're likely to crit. Even without the agility, Slash, it's quite like to crit. Its attack's insane. Cypher's 100% A tier, man. The only downside is its type. We're quite weak to Rock, because you're bug flying. Quite weak to, we're weak to Electric, Fire, and Ice as well. But you can set up enough with a Cypher to sweep a team completely. I'd put it behind Gengar, but I had a Venusaur. Jinx, again, is really insane. I can learn Lovely Kiss, which is 75% accurate. Can hit through Ice and Psychic. It means it's weak to... It resists its fighting weakness. It's weak to Rock and Fire, though. But that's literally it. And Bug, I guess, but obviously Bug's bare common. Jinx, once again, guys, is 100% A tier. Another Psychic type that just really does seem to be OP in this gen. To put it behind... Gengar should be hiding Trio, by the way. Yeah, put it behind Cypher, and about there, to be fair. I mean, that's about right. Electabuzz, again, very, very fast. Thunder Wave and stuff. I think as far as the other elemental moves it can learn, it's not quite as varied as Raichu. But it is faster, and I think it does actually have better special attack. Electabuzz, the most recent playthrough of Gen 1 that I've solo run the game, I solo ran it with Electabuzz, albeit on randomizer, so it wasn't like vanilla run through, but it was insane, man. It was really, really good. I think it's pretty solidly B tier, and I would put it about here, behind Electabuzz, behind Executor, and ahead of Hitmonlee. Next up, Magmar. Again, pretty good moveset. Can learn Confuse Ray, etc. Don't think it actually naturally learns Flamethrower. You have to teach it. I don't think it's quite as good as the other. Yeah, I always think of these Pokemon as the same. You know, all these Pokemon Order and Dex, they're all kind of like solo Pokemon. They don't evolve into anything, so I compare them. Jinx, Cypher, Magmar, Pinsir, etc. I think it's the worst we've seen so far of those. But definitely makes B tier because of Confuse Ray, basically. Just put it right at the bottom of B tier, though, I think. Although physically, it's pretty good as well. Pinsir, again, it has insane attack, and I mean insane attack. It's pure bug, so it does lose a lot of the weaknesses that other bug types have. Because most of them have poison as well. So it's only weak to fire, rock, flying, and poison itself. But yeah, the only problem with Pinsir is you can't actually learn a bug move. Its moveset's really good. You can do Sword Stance into Hyper Beam, and you can sweep a team on Showdown with Pinsir 100%. But yeah, man, I guess it learns Guillotine as well. It's pretty fast. I think I put a B tier because you can sweep, and it's kind of mean Pokemon. Put it between Arbok and ahead of between Arbok and Arcanine. Next up, Tauros. Tauros is A tier if I've ever seen one. Tauros is insane. Has really, really good speed, really good attack. It's basically Kangaskhan, but a bit better. So, in that regard, I'm going to put it about there. Fuck no, I think it deserves to be higher, you know. Behind Gengar, ahead of Dugtrio. It's right up there, though. It's really good, man. Magikarp. One moment, guys. It's gotta be its own tier. It's the worst Pokemon of the game. 100%. Magikarp. No, I've just named that tier. That one's there. Magikarp. What colour are we? This blue. Bam. It can only learn Splash at the start. It learns Tackle at level 15 and I think Flail maybe. I think it's only the remakes that learns Flail at 30, which at least is good. But just Splash and Tackle. Its stats are amongst the worst in the game. It's also slow in the level up group. It is god awful, man. It is so bad. There's not much more to say. Magikarp's a meme in and of itself. Gyarados, however, of course, becomes a huge amount better. Gyarados' insane attack. It's quad weak to electric, which is a shame. It's weak to rock. Its weakness to grass. It still actually hits in Gen 1, but it's part flying. Although it didn't really learn a flying move. Its attack's just insane though, and its moveset, it can learn pretty much any move that's worth learning. So I think it's only fair to put it A tier. Gyarados is reasonably fast as well. I think it's 199 speed, Gen 1. So obviously it's most. But the fact that it's quad weak to something, I guess Cypher is as well, and I put it up there, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm putting Gyarados at the very end. Because it can't really take advantage of its attacking stat with stab. Again, Cypher can't, but Cypher at least has Sword Stance. Gyarados, though, it will fare better in later gens, but it's still a respectable A grade for it. Lapras has really, really good defense and special defense. It's quite bulky. It knows Sing, Confuse Ray. It's Blizzard and Hydro Pump, pretty powerful, though it does have a lot of weaknesses. It's pretty solid B or A tier Lapras. Yet to decide. It's pretty slow, so I think B tier. I think I'll put it. Yeah, to be fair, it makes quite low B tier. I think I'll put it there, guys. It's there mainly to stall, I feel, and impose status afflictions to people. You know, confusion, paralysis, poison, and all that. You can teach toxic to it and stuff. Ditto in run-throughs and competitive. In competitive, it can be really good. If they boost up the stats, you can just transform into them. And as well, more often than not, you end up actually more powerful than them. Because it kind of, I don't even know how it works fully. It kind of goes off Ditto stats. You can outspeed them sometimes and transform and still have higher attack. But in terms of actual games, playing through the games, once you transform, you only have 5 PP of each move. So as a result, it's pretty low, man. It can be insane, but more often than not, it's just average and it's gimmicky. So I'll leave it at the bottom of D tier. I don't think it deserves to be any higher. Eevee's pretty poor in this game. Half decent stats, but its moveset's just god awful, man. It can learn nothing aside from normal moves, I'm pretty sure. So I can't even hit Ghost until you give it to the end. I'm actually going to put it E tier. I like Eevee as a whole, but I don't think it's very good. I've got to put it behind Jigglypuff ahead of Coughing. Vaporeon's pretty bulky, but I think it doesn't deserve to be over C tier. I mean, there's better water types out there. It can learn Rest. Most stuff can learn Rest. I'd put it ahead of all these water types, to be fair. So far. No way it's better than Poliwag, though. I'll start you. I think it's fair being there. Slightly ahead of Wartortle, behind Ivysaur, though. Jolteon's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. The fastest electric Pokemon. Although, its move pool outside of electric is god-awful to the point where if you're playing through the game, you'll probably end up with having Pin Missile or Double Kick. The fact that it's Pin Missile is pretty good, because that is one of the few bug moves. There's a fair attacking bug move, I always forget. So you will outspeed almost every psychic Pokemon and get that off. But its attack's pretty low anyway. And I think there's better electric Pokemon out there. I think Jolteon is probably going to make C or B tier. Really, it's better than Vaporeon, though. I've always thought it looks the coolest of the 3 as well. Like, Flareon probably looks the best aesthetically. Jolteon does look good. I'm going to leave it there. I think it's better than Magnemite. Oh, Magneton, sorry. Flareon is probably the worst of all of them. Each evolution has like a really dominant stat. Jolteon's been speed, Vaporeon's been defense and HP. Flareon's is attack, it's insane attack, but it's fire type. Do you know what I mean? It'd be better Eevee to have the good attack than this to have the good special attack. So if you'd probably deal more damage doing a standard double edge than like a flamethrower, which says it all really. So I think I always found Flareon the weakest of the 3 in Gen 1. I think I'd put it even worse than Charmander. Oh shit, no, I'm moving this one. I'm moving the wrong one here. Oh shit. I'm gonna put Flareon there, I think. It does have higher attack than Seaking at least. Porygon, low key in competitive is sick. It has the magic Thunder Wave Recover combo. Its special's really good. Physically not that good, but all round stats. It's not really weak in any area. It's just kind of like pretty slow, pretty poor defense. Decent special, but its move pool is a meme, boys. More often than not, you'll see Psychic, Blizzard, Thunderbolt, 2 of those 3, and Recover, Thunder Wave. So it's really good. Porygon, honestly, is maybe even A tier, at least B tier. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say it's A tier. I'd say it's a Bolt there, guys. Are we higher? Kadabra has Thunder Wave, Recover. Kadabra should be higher, really. Yeah, what about Kadabra there? These are kind of comparable. Porygon has better defense, but not as good a special. But yeah, man, Porygon low-key is always terrifying to see in competitive. You play competitive Gen 1, you'll know. It's frightening. I always prefer Kabuto and Kabutops in design. They have better physicals, but Omanyte and Omastar have better specials. So as an actual water rock type, they're probably better. You're weak to grass, ground, fighting, and electric. And you're more likely to see grass electric, so they're more valuable there. But I don't think they're that good. They don't have that good movesets. They can learn Amnesia, to be fair. So I'll put Omanyte in D tier. Right at the top, I think, actually. In fact, no, behind Execute. Omastar Bear makes C tier. It's going to be the exact same for Kabuto, guys. Oh, it's hella high, actually. Put it there. Because it's pretty slow. You're less likely to make your Amnesia effective with Omastar. But I'll put it there. It does a really good special. Special as a whole, of course, in Gen 1 is important. It's literally 244 special. Kabutops, no better than Omanyte, really. It's kind of worse. I'm putting it about there. Kabuto, sorry. But Kabutops is pretty damn fast and has Sword Stance, and then its attack goes insane. I get Amnesia is on Omastar, but it's so slow that if you lead with something and you know they're about to change or feel like you're about to switch, you can get a free Sword Stance off with Kabutops and then really pile on the damage. So Kabutops, guys, is going about, I'd say A tier, honestly. It's weak to a lot of stuff. But I've swept teams of Kabutops before. I'll put it about there. Aerodactyl is insane fast, insane to run the game. Rock flying, it's weak to ice and electric, and that is it. Aerodactyl is easily A tier. I'm considering putting it God tier, to be honest. It's mainly because of its speed. It's the second fastest Pokemon in the entire game. And I did a run through, a race I did with Mike recently with Aerodactyl. And it was probably the most impressed I've been with anything that I've ever solo run Gen 1. Honestly, it was that good. With the exception of Mewtwo and Mew, I'm obviously considering that, but it has weaknesses. Its moveset though, Hyper Beam, Rock Slide. I think I'll put it A tier, but pretty high. I'm gonna put it there. Really, really good Pokemon though, Aerodactyl, for sure. Snorlax, Gen 1 isn't quite as broken as Gen 2, but it's 100% at least A tier. Defensively and offensively, it's not that good actually. It's more of a special Pokemon. Its HP is insane. Its speed's obviously really shit, but its moveset's just sick, man. It can learn Rest, of course, and obviously with a Snorlax, that's more and more evident on just how OP it is because of its insane HP. I don't think it quite makes God tier. It's possible to take it out, just paralyze it early and stop it resting. Yeah, you can take it out relatively soon with a strong physical attack or two. Yeah, it deserves to be A tier though. I think relatively low A tier though, actually. Put it between Porygon and Rapidash. Oh, it's a Articuno onto legendaries. Near the end now, guys, then. About an hour and a half then. Not too bad, to be fair. It's about 150 minutes. It's 150 Pokemon, so about a minute of Pokemon. But if you're still with us, kudos for staying tuned in, guys. Appreciate it, man. Let us know what you think on your tier lists. Yeah, how do my rankings compare? Articuno is a legendary, and because of its insane legendary stats, it deserves to make at least A tier, but it's not God tier, guys. Reason being, it's quad weak to rock, and if you're quad weak to something, then a standard Aerodactyl could destroy it. Although I could probably kill that with Ice Beam before then, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not always a be all and end all if you get a legendary in Gen 1 because of the crit rates anyway and like the speed factor. There are Pokemon faster than Articuno, of course. I put it A tier, but I get more hyped when I see a Starmie. I get more hyped when I see a Mime. But then it probably is fair, I'd say. It is a legendary, deserves the respect, but not quite God tier. God tier is really exclusive in this, as you'll see, guys. Zapdos has less weaknesses. It's only weak to ice and rock. It's not quad weak to rock. Zapdos, obviously ground types will be immune. Ground Rock can really fuck it up, especially on on competitive. And it doesn't really have anything to deal with it. So because of that, it also remains A tier. But I think it deserves to be fact, yeah. In a triple threat between the actual birds, Zapdos would obviously win. But Articuno can deal with, what would it do with Rock Ground? Nothing really. So because it can get walled, you can probably teach it Surf or something, I don't even know in Gen 1. But in competitive, I've been walled with Zapdos before. So I'll put it relatively lower actually. I'm going to put it about there. Obviously it has insane stats though, as a legendary bird. Amongst the top 5 stats in the game, it is them stats that save it really. The fact that it can get walled, you can see it is the highest electric ranked Pokemon. That's the reason why these Pokemon didn't quite make the top tiers, because they do have an immunity. At least Raichu could hit it though. Moltres, Fire Flying is quad weak to Rock again. Moltres has always been my least favourite of the 3. By far as well. I don't know what it is. I think Charizard's a better Pokemon, to be quite honest. As for a Fire Flying. Yeah, man. I think it should go about here. No, probably lower. We can't learn Swords Dance or anything else. No, Drill Peck. Fire, but to be fair, can it learn Fire Spin? Actually, I think it can learn Fire Spin. So, because of that broken ass move, guys, it deserves to be the highest of all of them, actually. I'm going to put it third. Because you can get some stuff. It's pretty fast. There will be about 20 Pokemon, maybe 15 Pokemon that outspeed it. So Fire Spin's not as useful then. But for sure, if you already got them paralyzed, it can be really useful. But yeah, this does not reflect my personal favourites. My personal favourite to go in reverse, actually, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. I think as far as the actual game, vanilla game, Moltres is still the worst. Dratini is kind of run of the mill. I mean, it has Blizzard, Thunderbolt, etc. Dragon doesn't really have any moves in this gen. There's only one Dragon move, I think. And is it Dragon Rage, which deals 40 set damage. But that's Thunder Wave as well, which is pretty useful. And because it's Dragon, it's pure Dragon, it resists everything. Except, well, it's weak. It's only weak to ice. It resists almost every type. So because of that, it makes B tier. But as far as stats, it's usually about the 170 mark, which isn't like insane, but it's fair. Because it's a good Pokemon to paralyze stuff, and it lives a fair while, I'm going to put it about there. Dragonair is no different, really, to be quite honest, guys. Pretty much. It obviously gets slightly boosted stats, but I don't think it's any better than making B tier. I'm going to put it about here. Dragonite is quad weak to ice. It has much better stats than the other 2. But it is quad weak to ice, guys, so does it even make it above the other 2? We shall see. I'm not even entirely sure, let me think. It has 258 power attack on competitive, so that's pretty OP. It's pretty fast, but a lot of time I have got a Dragonite and thought, oh, I'm going to destroy this guy, and it's just gone down easy. Honestly, because it is quad weak, I think I do put it lower than these 2, amazingly. They only really do the same thing. They kind of paralyze and maybe you hit a Hyper Beam. Obviously, you'll deal more damage with the Dragonite, but at the end of the day, one ice attack will utterly destroy it. I'm going to put Dragonite about here. Last 2 guys. Yeah, Mewtwo and Mew. Mewtwo, 100%. There's not even a question in my mind, is the best Pokemon to run this entire game with. from competitive standpoint and the game itself standpoint, it is insane, boys. It knows barrier, it knows amnesia. Straight away, you can rise, defense, and attack. And with the badge boost glitch, all you have to do is do one of them anyway. It has recover. It has an OP psychic. You can teach it a lot of other TMs as well, like Surf or Hyper Beam. It's easily the best, man. If you get a Mewtwo on competitive, it boosts your chance of winning probably like 50% alone. It's insane. It's possible to defeat, but you have to pretty much paralyze it and hope it doesn't rest or recover. Mew stats across the board are all 195, which is pretty damn good across the board. It will get out pretty much every Pokemon from like CB tier upwards will have at least one stat better than Mew. But competitively, it's pretty damn good, man. It knows Sword Stance, Earthquake. I'd say there's probably about 10 Pokemon better than it on competitive Showdown. Actually, because of its moveset. No, because of its stats not being like insane in one particular area. But its moveset, like I said, really good. Sword Stance, Earthquake, Body Slam, can then Fissure. You put Psychic on it and stuff. Because it's balanced completely. You can build it however you want, physical moves or special moves. But the main reason Mew makes it to the God tier and in second place as well, guys, is that on the games you can teach it any TM. It'll learn anything. You can make it however you want. You can make it a meme moveset. You can manipulate every fight. If you had an indefinite amount of TMs, for instance, you could go into every fight and just completely change its moveset every time. And it's just sick because of that. So, that is it, guys. 3 Psychics at the top. The top 5 were all Psychic. It doesn't surprise me. They are the best Psychic types in the game. So, yes. Oh, man. I need a quick swig of drink. Fucking tired me out, shit. We're talking non-stop for like 100 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna recap then. And let us know, guys, how it got on. What you think of it, what Pokemon should have been higher, what should have been lower. I might do a Gen 2 one. But I might place them in the categories first, or just not explain them at all, I don't know. So in the S tier, in order, we have Mewtwo, Mew, Alakazam. Then the A tier, Starmie, Mr. Mime, Moltres, Articuno, Aerodactyl, Nidoking. I'm not going to read them all, actually. You can see them, guys. But yeah, there we go. Just pause the video if you want to recap it. I feel like Abra shouldn't be F. It's really, really awful in the actual games. But I'm doing games and competitive. And in competitive, it's actually really sick. So I'll meet it halfway and put it in a C tier, like upper C tier. Put it there. Yeah. Sorry, Abra. I didn't mean to put you there. Yeah, there we go. Again, one last scroll down, guys. Just pause it. You want to check? I'm going to save this afterwards. Myself. There we go. That's the tiers. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I might do another one of these soon. I'll look at other categories on here. And see if I can make up another one of these. But thanks for tuning in.